Hey everybody, this is Brian and you're watching Big South Outdoors TV. Welcome to my channel. Be sure, before I get into anything, be sure to click the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you're new to the channel, when you subscribe, please comment on a video so that YouTube will know you're a real person. For some reason, if they think you're a bot, they take the subscription away until they confirm it. But if you comment when you subscribe, that doesn't happen. So please comment when you subscribe. So what are we doing today? Well, we're going to be installing a new deck under a lawnmower, and you're going to go along with us for the ride. All right, guys, I did a short on this this mower deck a few days ago, and the title of it was "This is a Problem." Well, I'm going to show you why I'm replacing this deck. You see that great big hole right there? My hand will go through that hole. As you can see, it's the deck edge is severed right there. And then if you come on this side and you look, it's already got battle scars from where I've welded it. But there's a hole here, there's a hole here, and I've had to re-weld this caster on here twice. But look at the deck. It is so thin, it is sagged down. And see how the back is off the ground? Now, look at the front edge. It's almost touching the ground. Now, why is that happening? Steel has what they call tensile strength. And the steel in this deck is so thin, it will not hold its tensile. It doesn't have any tensile strength any longer, and it will not hold its shape. And you can really see it from the front. You see how that deck is almost touching the ground compared to that side? And that's what I'm talking about. It has no tensile strength left. It's too thin to weld. So that's why I'm having to replace it. All right, go ahead and get off so we can get under there and get these blades off. We got to do the underneath work before we can do anything else. Don't let me forget to take a picture, the belt direction, before I take the belt off. Yeah. Are you struggling a little bit?
I don't want to step on the deck because they'll bend it even more.
Put it on four. Put it in 4-wheel. Well, at this point, it ain't gonna hurt that deck. Put it in 4-wheel drive. Oh, don't do that. You're going to lose something you need later. I've already got one blade off. I have to get this one off. There we go. Busted her right loose. Even though I'm not facing the camera, I did want to give you a little pro tip. Anytime you're doing something like this, always put the nuts back on the spindle so you don't lose the nut when you take it off. Again, just a little pro tip. All right, now we can get it down off of the ramps and get up here and get this rascal taken off. Video. No. All right. Now, one other thing you have to do that's underneath work before you take it off of the ramps, you have to take these spindle bolts loose, and they're 1/2 inch. So that's what we're doing now. Get it up on there and get it. Good. Oh Lord, that bolt broke off.
Oh no, are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. Come to turn the camera off. This is the spindle, guys. A simple job just got a whole lot harder. Anytime you're putting a metal bolt inside of an aluminum housing, you're supposed to use anti-seize. Whoever put these spindles on here did not, and here's the result. You see that? The bolt broke inside the housing. The only way to fix this is to either buy a new spindle or drill this out and re-tap it. Well, here's the problem. This is aluminum. These are probably the original spindles on this mower, and this is a 2015. So there's really no reason to drill this out and put another one in it. Just go ahead. It's better to just go ahead and replace the spindle, because here's why. This spindle, this shaft has a star on the bottom of it. that's where your blade rides. If you look at the blade, it's got a star hole in it. That's what it makes. The star hole in the blade mates up with the star on the spindle, and that's what allows the spindle to turn the blade.
Without the blade slipping.
Yeah, without the blade coming loose. I don't know exactly, they're not rattling or anything, but I'm not going to take any chances with a brand new deck. I'm just going to go ahead and get new spindles for this, one for this side and one for this side, and go ahead and replace them. All right, we're back, getting ready to put this, complete the deck installation on this Craftsman. If you remember, I broke the bolts off in the spindles. I went to Amazon, and they had the numbers were on the old spindles, and I took that number, and I was able to find them on Amazon. And I will leave the link for this ad in the description below on Amazon. I got them. I ordered them. They came in 2 days later. I love Amazon. My dealer, it was going to take a week to get them in because they didn't have them in stock. As you can see, I'm going to open one of them up here. As you can see, I'm going to pick the other one up, the old one. As you can see, they are identical. Identical. The only thing they don't come with is the nuts that holds the blade on. But everything else they have. They've got the pre-drilled bolts, pre-drilled holes. When I bought these from a dealer, I had to thread the bolt holes myself. But anyway, I'm gonna get the camera set up. We're gonna get going on this and try to get it done this afternoon because I've got to have that mower Friday. Now, this deck here is really, really, really easy to get out from underneath the mower. It's only got 3 connection points. 3. So what Nate's gonna do, he's gonna pull the pin on this side, and I'm gonna pull the pin on this side, and then I'm gonna take the key loose from the front, and it should just slide right out to the side. All right, Nate.
This one?
Yeah, that pin right there. Just pull it and lock it. There you go. See, it drops right down. Now, let me take, I may have to have a screwdriver to get this pin out. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm going to have a screwdriver.
Dad.
Yeah.
Look, it's the same on both ends. It's a ring on both ends. How the heck is it supposed to come out?
Oh, there it goes. All right, now stand up and pull it out that way.
I can't.
Yeah.
No, you can't. No.
Hold on. Pick the deck. Pick the deck. I'll lever up. No, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
Hello. It's a lance.
It's medieval English.
Or should I say it's a lance? Hello. Come on, pull it on out. Oh, that's good.
I want to drive this without the deck once.
Now what we're about to do, we're about to take these pulleys loose and transfer them to that deck over there, but we've got to get them off of this old deck first. So here we are again. This is Saturday.
One eternity.
Yeah, I've been trying to get this deck under this machine for almost a whole week. What happened, if you saw the clip right before this one, what happened there, I took the tension mounting plate that keeps the tension on the belt and allows the belt to flex like that. This bolt goes to the bottom of the deck like that, and then this spacer sits in a little groove inside the plate, and the pulley sits on this. If you hand me that can over there, Nate. That was the original deck. When they put these things together from the factory, they do not use this. If you don't have that on parts like this, when they're exposed to damp conditions, wet grass, rain, they will rust. This is cast, like cast iron. This is a grade 5 steel bolt. And they, although they're got some wiggle room, they will rust. And what had happened, rust had seized it so tightly that I couldn't break it loose. I ended up having to cut it off the old deck underneath, cut the head of the bolt off. And then I heated it up, and I didn't realize this was cast iron. And when I heated it and then hit it with a hammer, it shattered. So it was no good. So I had to go to my dealer and order this, just a bolt, this spacer, and a washer. That was it. We're going to get back to it, and you're going to see me applying this to several different areas, and I'll explain as I go why. Guys, the lesson to be learned in this, and that's why I'm doing this video, so you will know if you go to do something like this, you will know what could possibly happen, and to be prepared. I was not ill prepared. I have replaced a deck on a Gravely before, but I've never replaced a deck like this before. So I really, in all honesty, had no clue what I was in for. So when you start taking things apart, things kind of happen that you're not expecting, that were unseen, that were unforeseen. And until you get into something, it's just like a carpenter working on a house. Until he tears into the wall, he don't know what he's dealing with. And that's kind of the same thing with this. When things like that happen, this is what I feel like doing. Shit! Shit! Shit, 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 shit! But I can't do that, so you just have to walk away, you have to calm down, you have to back up, regroup, and do what you got to do. We're going to get started. I'm telling you, you don't want to drink that tea, Nate. Don't do that. I'm telling that tea is watered down. It's going to be nasty. Okay. I'm telling you. I told you. I told you. 17 years old, he won't listen. But anyway, we're going to get the camera set up. We're going to get busy. We're going to take this step by step, but I am going to time lapse it because the process will just be too long. This video will be 2 days long. So anyway, here we go.
The ice is good, but the tea ain't.
Alright, I'm not putting brand new blades on this because this time of the year we're mulching leaves and pine straw and stuff, so there's no reason to put brand spanking new blades on here. As long as they're balanced fairly well, which I've already checked these, they are, they're okay to do what we got to do the rest of the year, the rest of the season. So I'm going to put the blades on there, and then we're going to get her turned over and get the rest of it done. Get ready to mount it on the mower. Now, one thing you want to do when you buy, especially a new deck, and you got the blades that are supposed to be on it, you want to spin them to make sure they're not striking the deck anywhere, that they've got the proper clearance they're supposed to have. There you go.
Now I'm just going like a wheel of fortune.
I need a 15/16 ring. Now I need you to come here, Nate.
Go ahead.
I don't know, over here, right here, right here. I want you to pick up on that blade. Pick up on it.
Good thing it's not sharp.
Alright. Now go here and push down on it.
Yeah. Whoop.
Now, push down. There you go. Now you're cooking with gas. Alright. A good rule of thumb when you're doing this, or any job like this, you know, whether it be changing blades or whatever, you want to make sure that your tips are pointing upward, because that's what picks the debris up. Also, you want to make sure that the blades only have 1/8 of an inch clearance as they come across like this. That's a good indication of whether or not your blades are too short. Yeah, this little gizmo right here is the wash port. I've never used it, but I'm going to put it on here anyway, because as my daddy used to say, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Now guys, before we mount the deck, a good friend of mine is a mower mechanic. He taught me this little trick. Before you mount the deck, you want to make sure that your mounting points are level with each other. Because if you have to adjust it, you don't want to have to do that after you put the deck under there. And it looks a little high on this side, but if it is, it ain't but maybe by 1/8 of an inch, which ain't, when you're cutting grass and mulching leaves, that ain't enough to even worry about. So we're good there. So now we're going to get the deck under it and get it mounted.
No, see, like that.
It's a lot heavier with this stuff under it.
Oh, shoot.
Now I'll pick up here, you push. Oh, get my feet out from under that thing. That thing's heavy. Alright guys, the deck is mounted, all the hardware's on it, everything is done. Now all there is left to do is to crank it and turn the blades on and see if everything's going to run smoothly.
I'd say get out into the yard.
Well, I'm going to, but I've got to crank it up to get it off. Well, y'all, that's a wrap. Finally. What I thought was going to be a 2.5 hour project turned into almost a week, but that's because of some of the issues that I run into. That happens from time to time. There's nothing you can do to predict it. But anyway, I will put a link in the description below for all of the parts, the caster wheels, everything that we put on this new. I will put a link in the description below where you can find those parts and the part numbers and things like that. This is Brian with Big South Outdoors TV reminding you to like and subscribe to this video. And if you found it informative, leave me a comment. And don't forget to live big, live southern, and live outdoors. Have a good day, folks.